It's your favorite hood witch. It's your favorite hood high priestess. It's your favorite motivational dominatrix. It's your favorite auntie captain goddess king in the place to be. And I want to welcome you to this channel. I want to welcome you to this Sunday service soul food session. We're going to spill the spiritual tea. If you know what's up, then you know what's up. It is officially Sunday, 9/12. It is, time. It is 2:22. This is when we began this reading. And it's just time to get into it. How are you, lovely people? Good day, good morning, good afternoon. Now, you know it's the Sunday service soul food spiritual tea sessions, but whenever you are catching this, you are right on time. So if you are here at the beginning of this reading, you are right on time. If you come in during the middle of this reading, you are right on time. If you appear at the end of this reading, you are right on time. And if you are watching this recorded after it has been recorded and it has been posted, you are right on time. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening to all my lovely people, all my lovely people, all my lovely people. Excuse me, got a little something in my throat. Let me take a little sip of my tea before I spill the tea. Woo, Lord. I'm drinking a smoothie too, so a little bit of the debris is caught in my throat. Hold up. Hello, you beautiful people. So, let me go ahead and break down how we do this on Sundays for all my new people in the building, all my OGs in the building. Excuse me. Go ahead and put a fairy, or put a little butterfly, or put a little mermaid in the comments. If you are not new here, if you are not new to this, you are true to this, go ahead and put a little fairy, go ahead and put a little dragonfly, a little butterfly, a little mermaid in the comments. And if you are new here, you put a little caterpillar. If this is your first time catching me live, if this is, if you've only been on my channel 1 or 2 weeks, put a little caterpillar in there, okay? Okay. Okay. So now let me break it down. This is a reading, a divination. So let me show you what's going to happen. We have an affirmation box, okay? So I'm going to pull at random from this affirmation box, and we're going to let the universe direct us in doing some mantras and some chants. We're going to use our voices to pour into ourselves. So many times we use our voices to tear ourselves down as well as other people. So we're going to repeat affirmations in order to fill up our cups, okay? So I am literally going to draw from this affirmation box at random. As you can see, I'm doing a little bit of mixing up over here, and whatever the universe tells us to say is what we are going to say, okay? So that's one part of this reading is the affirmation box. The other part of this reading is cards, because it is a divination. So let me introduce you to what we are going to be using today. Number 1, we have the Goddess Oracle deck, okay? We also have the Message from Our Animal Guides deck, okay? We also have the Music Oracle deck, okay? And you know I am in love with the Luna Somnia deck, the Luna Somnia deck, the Luna Somnia deck. It's so beautiful, darling. And we are also going to be utilizing the Oracle Poggz today, all right? So all of this is going to be in the description box once I post this video. If you are interested in purchasing any of this, it'll be in the affirmation box. Excuse me, not the affirmation box. It'll be in the description box after this video is posted. All right. I'm not going to have any links to anything except for the Oracle Poggz. You can get those at moonpumpkin.com. Now, Poggz, quick little sell here. If you are an 80s baby and 90s kid, you might remember the milk bottle cap game called Poggz. Well, the homie, the good friend of mine, a fellow witch, she created a divination system out of that. These are freaking fun, okay? Okay. So you can go to moonpumpkin.com to purchase these. Tell them LadySpeech sent you, baby. All right. Now, y'all know I'm always surrounded by Loa, at least 10,000 Orisha, at least 10,000 ancestors. I come protected by my spiritual team. However, when I do these readings, I like to bring my rock friends. So let me introduce you to my rock friends. First off, let me take a sip. Out of my big ass spell book cup. This cup is damn near big as my head, and I got a big old head. I got a big old head, baby. I got a big old head because I'm so smart. I got a big dome. We've got black tourmaline in the place to be. Yes, we do. We've got some smoky quartz in the place to be. You know, you can't ever have too much protection. We've got the golden Gila quartz, one of my favorite stones. We are also working with malachite today. You see it. You see it. You see it. We are working with the pink amethyst, not to be confused with chevron amethyst, black amethyst, or regular amethyst. I just learned about another amethyst. I don't remember what it's called, but it's a cool amethyst. I want that one too. So this is pink amethyst, and then we have some labradorite in the place to be, all right? And on my ears, because you know I keep myself strapped, baby. I always got something magical on my body. Well, I am magical. This whole entire black beautiful body is an entire altar, but I also like to adorn myself with magical things. So we've got some rose quartz in my ears today to match the pink and red theme going on. I'm feeling the love energy. I'm feeling the love energy. I'm feeling the love energy, darling. The love, bring me the love. I have nothing but love to give to you. Okie dokie. If you benefit from this content, if you benefit from this reading, my Cash App is LadySpeech. My Venmo is LadySpeech Sankofa. My PayPal is LadySpeechSankofa@gmail.com. Over here, we believe in reciprocity and reparations, baby. This is labor. I enjoy doing this for you. But also, financial appreciation is always appreciated. Now, let me check in with these comments, and we're going to get to doing what we're going to do, honey. We gonna get to doing what we gonna do. Hey, Amanda. Let's see. Someone said, oh my God, that brings me back to childhood. Yes, darling. These pogs are amazing. Salem said, I love Oracle Poggz. The little bag they come in and all the accessories are well worth it. Yes, they are. Oracle Poggz are so freaking fun. So freaking fun. Yeah, someone mentioned my Amazon wish list, or just a wish list in general. These Luna Somnia cards came from my Amazon wish list. Someone bought them for me. I did a full thank you video, so that person is mentioned in that video. I see a lot of caterpillars in the building. I see a lot of mermaids, a lot of butterflies, a lot of fairies, so many OGs in the house. Yes. Oh, so this was in answer to the cup. The cup was on my wish list. So this is on Amazon. Okay. This cup was on Amazon. I love it so much. It holds more than like 16 ounces, I believe. It does. On that note, let's get in. So this is the part where I invite you to tuck me in the corner, okay? Put your earbuds in. Start doing your laundry. Get in the car and connect to the Bluetooth, because we're going to go on a ride today, all right? This is a reading, so strap up, buttercups. Strap up, buttercups. It is time to get into it. Welcome to Jurassic Park. Not really. Not really. Okay. I'm done. Let me also have some smoothie. Before any of you ask, someone's like, what's in your smoothie? Today we are dealing with sea moss, ginger, so it's very spicy, celery, 2 white carrots, and some frozen white grapes. This is basically everything that's left in my refrigerator smoothie. That's what we like to call this. Everything that's left in my refrigerator. Everything that's left in my refrigerator. Everything that's left in my refrigerator. I also was hungry before I went into this, and there's nothing in my refrigerator, which is a good thing, because I like to buy a little at a time and then eat it all up, so I'm doing less wasteful things. But now it's time to go to the grocery store, which I will be doing. In the meantime, I've got a smoothie to keep me going. Let me have some of this, and we're going to get into it. I hope you're ready for a good time. I hope you're ready for a good time. That's good. Good soup. Good soup. Let's get into it, okay? Let's get into it. So someone said, wow, that's a big smoothie. It sure is, honey. I like it. I like them big. I like my smoothies like I like my women's and my men's big. It's like I'm just playing. I like all bodies. It's a big old smoothie. It's a big ass smoothie. That was the last of my coconut milk. It's just a lot going on. It's a lot going on. Okay, here we go. Queen of Cups. We're going to begin with the Luna Somnia deck, and we have first up is the Queen of Cups, darling. Cups is always about emotions and all that good stuff. First off, can we just say that this is such a beautiful deck? Oh God, the back just gets me every time. I fall in love with the back of this. It's just amazing. And then the artwork on the front of the cards are grand. They're just grand. They're just grand. So Queen of Cups. A couple of things. Number one, draw close to the mother. Draw close to the feminine, nurturing spirit, to Mother Earth themselves, to that mothering energy. Draw close to that, okay? Or for some of you, this is you are that. You embody that mothering energy. You embody that space. This is about being, getting your emotions in check. This is about coming into emotional stability. If you are not feeling emotionally stable right now, do what you need to do to handle that. I want to remind you that we are in some grief cycles, okay? This is really important. We are all dealing with the global pandemic. In America, because that's where I am based, there was over 600,000 people who passed away last year because of COVID, because of what we have going on, all right? This is also, we are still in the middle of a pandemic. A lot of us haven't properly grieved that. Not just that, even if you didn't end up losing someone personally from COVID, life has switched for everyone. Life has switched. There was a loss of a lot that happened last year, from jobs to situations to a loss of a way of life that we used to live that is no longer there. So the Queen of Cups reminds us to manage that. Admit that we have emotions. Don't run from your emotions. Manage those things. A lot of times our emotional instability is due to us not processing ourselves, okay? I mentioned the death thing because a lot of us are coming up on anniversaries, and a lot of us did not have the time to grieve things, people, places, situations last year. And as we are coming through anniversaries, as we are coming up on dang near 2 years of dealing with this global pandemic, we are going to start to see the effects of a lot of these anniversaries play out in our bodies. There is a book called The Body Keeps the Score, and basically it speaks to a fact that a lot of scientists and a lot of our ancestors have understood for a long time. Our bodies keep a record of everything that we experienced, okay? And so even if on an intellectual level you're denying these things have gone on, emotional level you're denying these things have happened, your body keeps a score of all the traumatic things that have happened to you, and it'll play out one way or another, okay? So the Queen of Cups reminds us to, if we are emotionally stable, continue to perpetuate that and do the things that we need to do to stay emotionally stable. I am on every couple weeks. I got to get on social media and remind y'all that nobody is okay right now, okay? The fact of the matter is nobody's okay right now. If you are a good person paying attention to what's going on in the world, you're not okay 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. You're going to have your moments of being okay, but like Afghanistan, hello. Syria, hello. Missing and murdered indigenous women, hello. Black people are still being executed, publicly sanctioned, hello. COVID is still taking people out, hello. Hospitals are at capacity, hello. All right. So if you're paying attention, there's a lot going on, and it's a lot to process. Personally, we're going through things. That's just what's going on outside of us, not to mention what is going on inside of us. A lot of us are dealing with some heaviness, all right? So those of us who are doing the best mentally, emotionally, are the ones who keep the fact that we are not okay in front of our faces, and then we do what we need to do. You dedicate yourself to wellness in order to be okay, all right? If you got to talk to people, talk to people. Build up your support system so that you can lean on people. Strong people need support too. If you're that strong person, make sure you are doing as much as you can, all right? Do as much as you can, all right, to care for yourself. The Queen of Cups reminds us to do that. Some of us are really, really at our lowest right now, and it's okay to admit that. It's okay to admit that. It's okay to admit that. Nobody expects you to be okay. We're all living, we're doing the best we can. This also means be gentle with each other. Give yourself, first and foremost, as much grace as you possibly can, and give others as much grace as you can possibly give, as you can possibly imagine, because all of us are living through the impossible, all right? With this being said, seek the mother. This is the Queen of Cups. Seek the mothering, nurturing energy. Seek the mothering, nurturing energy of Mother Earth. Get your behind out in nature, okay? Go hug a tree. Go walk around, take a walk at the park, okay? Go sit by a stream, a river, all right? Go connect with nature. Buy a plant and keep your hands inside of dirt, all right? Go seek out the mothering energies. If you have mothering energies around you that are nurturing, make sure you seek them out. Remember, as we seek out comfort from these things, to give back. As we seek out comfort and love from Mother Earth, make sure we're giving back. As we encounter mothering spirits, energies, people in our lives, give back and make sure that we're pouring into them as well. But ain't nobody okay right now, and it's okay if you admit that. It's okay if you admit that. Now it's time to start focusing on positive and healthy coping mechanisms, taking an assessment of your world and seeing what resources that you have around you in order to help care for yourself, pouring into yourself as much as possible, remembering that self-care is big things and little things. Yes, it is bath bombs and baths and pamper days and all that stuff, but self-care is also saying no. Self-care is taking naps. Self-care is doing the things that you need to do to handle your business, okay? So we have the Justice card from the Major Arcana space in the Luna Somnia deck, okay? The Justice card reminds us of a few things to balance the scales of justice in our life. Nobody's okay right now. I'm going to tell you this. Everybody is problematic. Reminder, everybody is problematic. I'm problematic. You are problematic. Everybody is problematic in some way, shape, or form. Your mama, my mama. Your daddy, my daddy. Your Grammy, my Grammy. Your grandpappy, my grandpappy. Your favorite everybody. Your favorite healer. Your favorite leader. Your favorite everybody's fucked up out in here in these streets. Do you hear me? Do you hear me? Everybody's messed up out in these streets. Everybody's done something despicable. Everybody is somebody's villain. Everybody is somebody's villain, including you. Including you. It is your duty to be a good person and address these things within yourself, okay? Address these things within yourself, all right? Deal with your BS or your BS is going to deal with you. Deal with your BS or your BS is going to deal with you. It never fails. It never fails, all right? For some of you, the message is the scales of justice are going to tip in your favor pretty soon, so you just hang on. Stay the course and mind the light. Where you have been wronged, you're going to see some rightness in this next week. Do you hear me? Okay? Okay? And sometimes the universe wants you to take the L. Sometimes the universe wants you to get beat up a little bit in order to open up new blessings for you. We're going to get a little bit deeper into that, a little bit deeper into the reading. But the scales of justice is time to balance, okay? Justice is also about balance. This Justice card is also about balance in this piece. I identify Libra gang. I identify Libra gang. So balance is needed, okay? Everything in moderation, even in moderation, but balance, baby. Balance is key. Balance is key. Alrighty then, let's get into these affirmations. This first affirmation says, I am open and receptive to all the wealth life offers me. Repeat after me. I am open and receptive to all the wealth life offers me. Repeat after me. I am open and receptive to all the wealth life offers me. Repeat after me. I am open and receptive to all the wealth life offers me. All right. I love it. Spicy. This affirmation says, I am the power and authority in my world. Repeat after me. I am the power and authority in my world. I am the power and authority in my world. I am the power and the authority in my world. I am the power and the authority in my world. Let me take a drink of this smoothie. I encourage you all to take a drink as well. And let me check in with the live chat, baby. Let me check in with the live chat. What's up, Pauline? How are you doing? Lenora said, I literally just took care of my plants this morning, watering them, talking to them, clipping them. Yes. Getting that nature medicine, baby. Get that nature medicine. Nikita said, I needed this so much today. Popped a tire and had to spend my whole check. A reminder to take care of myself, using good coping mechanisms as much as possible. Yes, yes, yes. Also, y'all, remember to ask for help. This pandemic should have taught you a couple things. Community is key. Our salvation is within each other and in each other's village. If you are a part of community that is not a good community, check that. And make it your mission to like fortify your community and have better chosen family. But you ask for help when you need it, y'all. All right. Hey, Pauline, I think I said that. I struggle with that so hard. I have no idea how to be gentle with myself nor others when I'm upset. Darling, that is by design. A lot of us don't know how to be gentle with ourselves. A lot of us don't know. This is the result of a capitalistic, colonial society. It does not value people, and so it does not value gentleness, okay? First thing, one of the first things I invite us when you are correcting or learning how to be gentle with yourself is like study how you treat your body. When I began, I can be pretty clumsy with my body and pretty absent-minded with my body. The more I started getting piercings, the more I had to actually care for myself. And even with my face, I had to be way careful with my face. I have 2 nostril piercings. I have this septum piercing and I have this labret piercing. And I used to have my 3rd eye pierced. I'm thinking about getting that again. But I had to learn to be gentle with myself physically. And then that lesson translated into emotionally and mentally. Think about how you would treat a baby. Think about how you would treat a baby. Physically, how you would treat a baby. The next time you are upset, I want you to visualize yourself as a baby. No one in their right mind would cuss a child out, an infant. No one in their right mind would abuse a baby. You are a baby. The next time you are angry, the next time you are upset, the next time you do something wrong, and you go to, cuss yourself out or you go to be mean to yourself, I want you to take a breath and ask yourself, how would I treat a baby in this situation? Grace and mercy go a long way, especially when we give it to ourselves. All right, I'm going to take another sip of this and we're going to get into it, baby. Let me check in with the comments again. Pauline said, honestly, I had a mini meltdown a couple hours ago, but I took care of myself and I'm happy you're here. I am happy you are here as well, darling. I am happy you are here as well. And I'm glad that I could be here to support you in any way, shape, or form. And I'm so proud of you for taking care of yourself, Pauline. Thank you. Thank you for taking care of yourself because you are present and a presence on this planet and you are needed. Jaden said, I need to start getting into affirmations and manifestations. Yes, darling, it'll change your life. It'll change your life. All right, let's continue. Let's continue. We're getting into the Music Oracle deck, and this is the John Coltrane card. First and foremost, take your solo, but give others their moment too. Listen, all of us have a moment when it's our time to shine. All of us are going to be called to the front, to the paint at some point. All of us are going to be in a moment or have moments in our life where it's our solo, where it is our time to be up front, where the light is shining on us. And when you are called into that space, do it. Do it. When you are called to be front stage, when you are called to be the solo, when you are the star, it is your turn. You better play like it's your turn, baby. But also realize this, we are all of life is a stage and every one of us is its players, to kind of quote a little Shakespeare on you. Okay. All the world's a stage. And at some point, everyone's going to be called. Everyone's going to have a solo. Know that when it's someone else's time to shine, when it's someone else's time to be the leader, when it's someone else's time to be recognized, when it's someone else's time to be praised, be a part of that. Help them, praise them, uplift them, cherish them. And when it's your time to shine, take that space up. For those of you who are scared to step out and to shine and be your full self, know this. You don't always have to occupy that space. There's an ebb and flow to everything. This too shall pass. So So when you step up to the plate, know that at some point that's going to end. So take up all the space that you are called to take up when you are called to take it up. And then when you are called to step down, so someone else can take their space, so someone else can be the leader, so someone else can, move this movement forward, let them do it and follow suit, okay? There's enough room on this stage of life for everybody. You do not have to be jealous of anybody in this bitch. Do you hear me? There is enough room on this stage of life to celebrate everybody's accomplishments. There is enough love on this planet for everybody to be recognized. The love that other people get does not, the accolades that other people get does not diminish who you are, the love and the accolades that are waiting here for you. Take your space up, babe. Take your space up. The next part of this is if you follow your own truth, there are no false notes, baby. Stay in your lane. Learn to get in your lane. Learn to stay in your lane. And when you are in your lane, there is never any competition. You are never in competition with anybody else, and no one is in competition with you, all right? When you are in your lane, your path is going to unfold before you in the most perfect ways. There will be no flaws. There will be no mistakes, okay? Stay in your lane. Do it your way. Start your business. Do it your way. Handle these things, but do it your way, baby. And the last is find the beauty in the unexpected. If this panini, if this Panera Bread, if this Panasonic hasn't taught you anything, it should taught you that change happens on a dime. Be ready to pivot on a dime, baby, and be ready to find the beauty where you didn't think beauty was going to be. The rose that grows through concrete. Beauty is everywhere. Physical beauty, emotional beauty, physical beauty, spiritual beauty. Beauty is everywhere. Expect it in unexpected places. Go looking for it in unexpected places. All right. We have Edith Piaf. This is live with every fiber of your being. Live with every fiber of your being. Let me tell you something. Life is short. You don't have any idea how long you're going to be here for. You better live the hell out of your life. Live. Live. Love yourself and other people hard. Love them soft. Love yourself soft. Love yourself well. Love people passionately. Go for your dreams. Stop wasting your life with people who do not love you, with people who do not care for you, with people who refuse to uplift you. Stop. Live your life. Baby, I'm a whole priestess, and a part of what I do is death worker, death doula services. And I have assisted many people as they have made their walk to the other side and into the ancestral realm. The best deaths are always the ones where they lived a good life. I want life to cry when I take my last breath because I did it so well. I want life to be loath to let me go because I lived the fuck out of it. Live your life. It's too short to be out here living your life to please other people. It is too short to be out here trying to be what other people project onto you. Go for yours. Go for your pleasures. Live your life. Live your life. Weaponize your flaws. When you embrace your flaws, yes, the part of embracing your flaws is about addressing your BS, addressing your bullshit, addressing your not so great traits that end up hurting other people. But a part of healing and a part of shadow work is really just the embracing of your flaws. And when you do that, you can begin to unfold them in your life. You can begin to use them for your highest good. Let me tell you something. When you embrace and accept all parts of yourself, spirit, universe, your God, your goddess will use every single aspect of you, including your flaws, in order to help you along your purpose and path in life. It does nobody no good for you to be lying about how problematic you are. We are all problematic. Stop acting like you ain't a whole hot mess. Everybody's a fucking hot mess. And you are also simultaneously a genius, priceless masterpiece work of art in progress, okay? You are so beautiful, and you are so divine, and you are so genius, and you are hella problematic, and you need to fix some things, and there is some shadow work your ass needs to do. That's for all of us. That's for all of us. And the great thing is those two things do not cancel out each other. Those two things do not cancel out each other. All right. And then the last one is ni regreta rien. And I believe it means live with no regrets. Live with no regrets. Live with no regrets. I really don't, I can't really regret anything I've ever done. Are there some decisions in my life where I kind of wish I made a different decision? Yes. Are there some things where I wish I made a different call? Yes. But in the end, every decision I've made has gotten me here. I can't go back and change anything that I've done. There's no point in regretting it. I learned from every single moment of my life. And the only thing that I can do is move forward, manifesting a better one. Live with no regrets, my loves. Live with no regrets. Okie dokie. It is time to do some more affirmations. So let's do some more affirmations, okay? Okay. This affirmation says, you aren't the things that haunt you. You aren't the pain you feel. We're going to change the you to I, and I want you to repeat after me. I'm not the things that haunt me. I'm not the pain I feel. I'm not the things that haunt me. I'm not the pain I feel. I'm not the things that haunt me. I'm not the pain that I feel. I'm not the things that haunt me. I'm not the pain I feel. I think that's important to acknowledge because sometimes so much our trauma and our pain can take up a lot of space in our life. So much space that it becomes our identity. You are not the things that haunt you, darling. Those things that haunt you are part of your life, but you aren't. That's not your definition. And you are not the pain you feel. You feel pain, but that pain is not your defining force. All right? All right. Let's take a drink. Take a drink with me. Let's hydrate. Go get your water. Go get your tea. Go get your juice. This is some tea. Let's take a drink with me. Let's hydrate. This cup is big as fuck. I love it. All right. Cash App is LadySpeech. The Venmo is LadySpeech Sankofa. PayPal is LadySpeechSankofa@gmail.com. You are in church today, so feel free to put a little bit of money into that collection plate if you feel inclined. If you benefit from this content, if you benefit from this labor, show a little financial appreciation for that baby. Now let me check in with these comments before we move on. Let's see. Just made me a drink for me and my deity. Hell yes, hydration is key. Tasha, hydration is key. Let me see. Maybe that just means life has got... Oh, wait, someone is answering someone else's question. Someone else asked a question and someone answers. Name with... I don't know. Said, things have been going pretty good and such. My work and practice has fallen to the side, and it makes me a little sad. What would you suggest in this situation? Babe, I'm going to tell you this. Number one, do not judge yourself. Don't judge yourself. Everybody's practice, sometimes we ebb and flow. All of us get distracted with life. I have been in this game for a very long time, and I'll tell you there's times when I just fall off, okay? It doesn't happen as much these days, but there's still just times where you get distracted or sadness gets you or depression may get you. Your deities and ancestors and spiritual team, I know a lot of people's are pretty forgiving. If you fall off, just admit that you fell off, and get right back on the bike, babe. If you have fallen off with your practice, if you've slipped up on your altar work, if you ain't praying like you used to, get as close back to those schedules and rituals as you can. Do what you can to revive your practice. Maybe do some different things. Incorporate some different aspects to your your spirituality. Meditate in different places. Switch up your altars. Do what you have to do to revive and refresh your spiritual connection. And again, grace and understanding and no judgment toward yourself. We all fall off from time to time. There are those, even the most faithful have moments when we move through, cloudy spaces with our practice. So first thing is don't judge yourself. And then do all you can to refresh your space. And look at why you fell off. Also, look at why you fell off, okay? And then work around those reasons why. Someone said, just tipped your Venmo. I appreciate you. For everybody who, if whether you give me $20, whether y'all put $50, whether it's $1, there's a few of you who over years have been like, yo, I literally live on a fixed income. You've been healing my life. $1 is all I can afford. I appreciate all of that. I appreciate all of that. The point in me always saying that is for us to remember reciprocity. Black, brown, and indigenous femmes, especially if they're alternative, especially if they're queer, we oftentimes are stolen from. Reciprocity is not shown to us. Our work and our labor is taken for granted, and we're not given our flowers when we're alive. Part of revolutionary work is when we acknowledge the things that people do for us and we offer them reciprocity. There are people who can't give me any money, but they make sure they share my work. They make sure they bring people to my page. They make sure they uplift me. They're always in the comments encouraging me. They might send me a gift that they made. You know, it is just about making sure that we show reciprocity for each other. So I appreciate every bit of reciprocity any of you show to me. We'll check back in with these comments and then we'll get back to the reading. I am late, but here to learn. Thank you for coming here, baby. Thank you for coming here. You know what? These comments are looking really, really good. I want to say this. I think it was the last reading or the reading before that someone got in here. It was towards the end of the reading and they were very just disrespectful towards me. I really appreciate the way we all handled it. I do get hate comments from time to time. For the most part, that doesn't happen. I appreciate the way y'all handle them. Y'all are firm in the way that y'all hold my space. And also there's an element of ignoring. I appreciate when folks address people and when they get them to task. After a while, if people ain't listening, we just gonna ignore them. And I'm gonna try my best always to do what I can do to make sure this space is maintained. One of you offered to be a moderator for me, and I forgot that till this moment. If that was you, please comment on this video after it's posted so that I can hit you up, or email me at ladyspeech@gmail.com. I can see that I will need to probably add moderators to this channel to help me so that y'all can be deleting people who do that BS. So I forget who did it. I think I tried to take a screenshot of them, and I don't know if I did. But if that was you, email me at ladyspeech@gmail.com. I will be adding moderators to this page to help keep us all safe. Y'all are really beautiful, and I want to make sure that you feel comfortable to share yourself on this page and that you're not attacked, okay? So, and also, I just appreciate all y'all for having my back, because you know Mama's speech I'll cuss people out. I cut people. I will love you. I will nurture you, but you can get smacked up. You can catch these magical hands if you want to. These magical hands if you want to. These magical hands, you can catch them if you want to. Someone said we spiritual still, but we still from the Nuck If You Buck community. I love crystals. Y'all see it? I love crystals. I love the Lord. I love God. I love Earth. I love affirmations. But I'm also on some Nuck If You Buck, call if you won't. When I say I'm the hood healer, I mean that. I mean it. I mean it. That's not a gimmick. I mean it. Do I live in the hood now? No. Does the hood live in me? Yes. Yes. And I embrace every part of who I am. All right, y'all, let's get back into these affirmations, and then we are going to get back in here. The Cash App is LadySpeech, LadySpeech. The Venmo is LadySpeech Sankofa, and the PayPal is ladyspeechsankofa@gmail.com. In the comments, someone said, thank you for being such a strong ally to trans people. Oh! Thank you. And that makes me want to cry. We're going to use this as a teaching moment, you guys. You are not allowed to call yourself an ally. You can strive to be an ally to a marginalized community, but you are not allowed to name that. You're not ever allowed. If you are white, you are not allowed to call yourself an ally to me as a Black person or as anybody else. The people that you want to advocate for are the ones who tell you if you are an ally. I am gender fluid. I'm a gender fluid Black femme. And for me, that means I am every gender. And I understand, though, that I have cis passing privilege. No one is going to call me gender fluid or discriminate against me for that unless I name it. And it is my duty as a pansexual gender fluid person with cis heteronormative passing privilege to be and to work as an advocate and to strive to be an ally to the trans community. I have had lovers and I have friends. I have really good people who are part of my chosen family who are trans, and I love them deeply. I love them deeply. I love them deeply. And so I strive to be a better person because you should, just because you should. But anytime that I am called that for a community that I love, that I don't share the experience with, but that I'm advocating for alongside myself, thank you. Just thank you. Thank you. And I do not do it for accolades. I don't do it for hand claps. I don't. I do it because it's you're supposed to, because that's what you need to be a good human, okay? I also, in this same space, am very clear that I am transphobic. All of us are anti-Black, all of us are anti-Indigenous, all of us are transphobic, and all of us are fatphobic, because these are cornerstones, and all of us are anti-feminine, and all of us have misogynoir, because all of these things I named are key components in white supremacy and in capitalism, and in the societies that we are up under. So you are always those things. We live in a society that completely perpetuates that and indoctrinates that. So it is your duty to confront these things every day. It is your duty to confront your transphobia. It is your duty to confront your anti-Blackness, your internalized anti-Blackness, your internalized transphobia, your internalized homophobia, your internalized misogynoir, your maternized misogyny. And it doesn't matter. Black people can be and are anti-Black, and trans people can be and are transphobic. So it is all of our duty to address these things in all of us. And I always appreciate being called out when I mess up, because I'm gonna mess up, and it is what it is. I accept that I'm just gonna fuck it up. But when I am corrected by a trans person, it is my duty to shut the hell up and listen and address myself, and to act accordingly. So that a little emotional moment. Thank you guys for holding space for my emotional moment. So thank you. Your words really did mean the world to me. And if you strive to be an ally to any marginalized community, the lesson here is you never get to call that. And this is something you have to work for every day. Just because you did good today doesn't mean that you're going to do good tomorrow. And so you need to work every day on it. And just because you did good today doesn't mean your transphobia, your homophobia, or anti-Blackness won't show up again in the future. So this is why we work and we continue to strive. So thank you for that. Thank you for that. As a gender fluid, pansexual femme, thank you. Thank you. I appreciate you. So yeah, let's get back to this. I think we were doing some affirmations. I think we were doing some affirmations. I don't know if we did. How many affirmations? Did we even get through one? I don't know. My crying ass. Okay, so we're just going to do 2 affirmations because I don't know. Anyway, this affirmation says, there is no shame in being queer. Repeat after me. There is no shame in being queer. 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 All right, this affirmation got a little fucked up. But this affirmation is, my love is valuable and should be cherished and treated as such. My love is valuable and should be cherished and treated as such. My love is valuable and should be cherished and treated as such. My love is valuable and should be cherished and treated as such. So I am going to go ahead and pull these cards, because I have a feeling if I check in with the comments right now, we'll get to crying again. So I'm going to check in with them in just a little bit. Let me get a hold of myself. Damn, this cup big as fuck. All right, so we're going to move on to the message from the Animal Guides deck, and this is the Chimpanzee. Use both your intuition and your intellect to solve the problems and get the answers to your question. So the Chimpanzee reminds us that we need to apply our magic and our practicality at the same time. This is a call for integration. Sometimes you need to bring your magic self, your in-tuned spiritual self, to a place where it is all practical. And sometimes you need to bring your practical self to a space that's all magical, okay? Listen, let me give you an example. I see a lot of baby witches come into the spiritual world and get razzled dazzled by a lot of these fucking leaders who are frauds, okay? And then they end up, because they pull up into the razzle dazzle, they stop their critical thinking process, all right? You can't do that. And when that happens, these people who maybe initially had some good intentions, but they didn't stay with that, they end up hurting people, okay? When I'm in spirituality, when I'm in ritual, when I'm dealing in the spiritual community, like, I'm all in that. I'm all parts of myself. And sometimes I'll be dealing with someone who it's spirituality, but the hood part comes out of me, and I gotta be like, wait a minute. See, here's the thing is, I'm not gonna do no magic spell against you. I'll just smack you in your face. There are times when the nanny part comes out of me, the nurturer comes out of me, the warrior, the seductress, the leader, all of it. You know, when we are integrated, when we are integrated, all parts of ourselves can show up to every aspect of our life. So really, that's what the Chimpanzee is speaking to. It's speaking about an integration of bringing marrying the marriage of your intellectual side, your practical side, with your spiritual side. Conversely, on the flip side, there are times when we are in a practical space, and I've had to show up in my priestess energy. Okay, for instance, when I do burlesque and when I am out, I haven't done burlesque in person for a while, especially because of COVID, and I won't be doing it for a while because of COVID. Literally, my whole body is exposed. But with that, like, when I show up to the burlesque scene, I always show up in priestess energy first. I make it very clear that, yes, I'm here to dance and have fun and be like all that and like be this performer, but at the same time, I'm a priestess first. So I'm not doing no catty BS. I'm not doing no BS. Okay? And that has helped me. Showing up in my priestess energy helps me deal with crowds. It helps me deal with, fans. It helps me deal with the girls. It helps me deal with everybody, okay? So the Chimpanzee reminds us of how important it is to marry our intellect and marry our spirituality. We have the ladybug, and the ladybug says, this is a time of good fortune and abundance, so be willing to receive the blessings in your life. Be willing to receive. There is good luck coming to you this week. Be on the lookout for opportunities. Be on the lookout for good energy. Be on the lookout for accolades. Be on the lookout. Be prepared. Prime yourself. Open yourself up to be poured into. Go looking. You know that saying that people, don't go looking for trouble? In the same space, don't go looking for trouble, but go looking for a good time. Go looking for abundance. Go looking for luck. Go looking for good things to happen in your life, and be willing to receive it. So many times our blessings are blocked because we will not open ourselves to receiving it. A lot of times we pray for a good man, we pray for a good relationship, but in your heart you don't believe you deserve a good man, or you don't believe you deserve a good relationship. What good is praying for these things and universe answers you and prepares this feast for you, prepares all your wishes, wants, and desires, but in the end you don't open yourself up to receive it? That has happened to a lot of us. That's happened. I'm not going to lie, especially in the early days, I would pray. This happened to me a lot with relationships back in the day. I would pray. I would pray and pray and pray and pray and pray. That relationship would actually, people who would be able to fit that would appear. But because in my heart, even though this is what I wanted, my mind wanted it, my heart didn't believe I deserved it. So when it showed up, Not only did I didn't recognize it, but I didn't open myself to it. And then it walked away. And maybe years or months later, I became conscious and was like, holy shit, there was that opportunity I prayed for, and I let it go on by because I wasn't open to it. So be willing to receive the good things in your life. Be willing to receive. This means some of you have some work to do. Some of you have to get up under why you don't think you deserve good things. Work on that shit. Some of you work on that. Get a reading about it, journal about it, talk to your people about it, go to therapy about it, I don't know, dance about it, do something. Do something. Do something. Do something. But the ladybug reminds us to open up to the abundance, baby. Open up to the abundance. I'm open as hell. I'm doing some spells on myself. Do you understand me? I am doing some spells on myself for some very specific things I want in regards to the love life, in regards to all of it. And I can feel it start to work. Ooh, yes, I can feel it. And I'm open as hell. This heart, these legs, my mind, everything. These arms. Come on to the speech, baby. Come on. Come to me, my harem. Come to me, my main partner. Come to me, my submissives. They're coming. Be open. Be open. Let's do some affirmations. Let's do some affirmations. This affirmation says, my very existence makes the world a better place. Repeat after me. My very existence makes the world a better place. My very existence makes the world a better place. My very existence makes the world a better place. Repeat after me. My very existence makes the world a better place. This is for my non-binary family. So if you identify as non-binary, this affirmation is for you. For the rest of us, just hold space. We don't even have to speak an affirmation because we've been speaking affirmations this whole time. So just hold space. One of the great things that we need to make sure that we're doing, not only are we preparing and not only should we be pouring affirmations into ourselves, but make space for people around you to affirm themselves, okay? Because it's awesome to affirm ourselves, but it's also really beautiful magic to watch someone affirm themselves and them to be safe enough to do that around you. So for my non-binary people, I want you to repeat after me. My non-binary body is beautiful. 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 All right, let's check into with these comments. Let's check in with these comments, baby, baby. Someone said, always on point. You always know what I'm going through and have a way of targeting it and uplifting me, reminding me that my vibration is my responsibility, and so is my commitment to love and heal. Oh my God, Mama Bear, thank you, baby. Thank you. Tasha said, I can only boost your content to get to those who can show the actual financial appreciation. And you know what, Tasha? That works. That works. And I appreciate you. I appreciate you. I got someone on here who has been sending me like $3.33, $2.22, $5.55. They just send me this little bit. But when I sat down and like for the last couple of years, I really looked at what they've been doing. They've pointed like 50 to 60 people my way who continue to rock with me. And those people help show financial appreciation. So all of that is necessary. And I appreciate you. So thank you. Let me see. Amen. That sacred energy is much needed now. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Jennifer said, by the way, does anyone know any good books to read? Basic protection spells or crystals for protection? I've been attacked for a long time and I'm kind of sick of it. Tasha answered that and said black obsidian, black tourmaline are good for protection. Yes, they are. And let's talk about protection real quick. Protection is going to be a lifestyle, baby. It's going to be a regular part of your practice. You're not only going to do protection once, you're going to continue to do it. So you can light up protection candles, honey. You can do protection foot baths. You can do protection spiritual baths, warding your house, protection wards, protection spells on your house and your body. One of the simplest modes of protection that I like to employ is the use of a force field. And I'm going to give you all a basic, short way to access and to begin to build a force field. So you're going to meditate. You're going to go into a space of ceremony, prayer, meditation, however you do that. But you're going to get into a nice little prayerful space. And you're going to imagine or meditate that you are kind of floating a bit and that you are surrounded by a pyramid that is made up of white light. All sides of you, from the top to the bottom, you are just encased in a pyramid of white light. Once you get that very strong image going, you're going to program that pyramid of white light to protect you, to guide you, and to guard you, okay? Then you're going to check in with that pyramid of white light. You want to check in every day if possible, and just even taking 5 minutes to do that visualization and really, really fortifying that protective energy shield around you. And of course, you can go deeper on that and go a lot deeper on that. Protection is going to be a lifestyle and a major part of your practice. Lots of ways to protect yourself. I really don't have a book, but once you start working with, I really don't have a book because a lot of books kind of speak on it. It all depends on like what tradition that you're coming from. Alicia said, I avoided my decks this week so I wouldn't get my feelings hurt. Come here and damn, yes, my self-care has been bad this week. I'm fixing it. Yeah, baby. The affirmation about my existence making the world a better place brought me to tears. Didn't know I needed this release. Yes, honey. Cry if you need to, baby. Cry if you motherfucking need to. Cry if you motherfucking need to. All right. Y'all are responding respectfully in the comments. If y'all got information for each other, please feel free to share. My Cash App is LadySpeech. The Venmo is LadySpeech Sankofa. And the PayPal is LadySpeechSankofa@gmail.com. Let's keep going. We have the Goddess Oracle deck of Sedna, victim. So Sedna was beat up. Then her fingers were cut off. And then she was thrown into the ocean. But did she die? The answer is no. This card, this meaning, this energy is all about victimhood. It's all about victim and victimhood. If you've been hurt, I don't know use in denying it. If you've been victimized by the U.S. government, if you've been victimized by parents, if you've been hurt by abusive partners, people, jobs, corporations, places, admit it. If you are a survivor, admit it. There's no use in denying it. I'm very clear with y'all that I have survived a lot of abuse. Mental, emotional, physical, sexual, spiritual. I've endured some very horrific things. This body has been through a lot. Ain't no use in denying that. None of that was my fault. It wasn't my fault. Sedna was thrown in the ocean with her fingers cut off, left to die, but she didn't. Instead, from her wounds, all of the ocean's life was born. The whales, the octopus, the shrimp, the krill, the manatee, the living things of the ocean, the orca, the shark, the eel, everything. The anemones, said that wrong. Everything was born from her wounds, her pain, her healing. Admit that you've been victimized and then begin to do your work towards healing. What happened to you is not your fault. What you do with what's left with you, that is your responsibility. From your pain and from healing, I can tell you that this phenomenon is real. There is a quote, a Rumi quote. The wound is where the light enters the body, or the wound is where the light exits the body. I can't remember which one it is, but both those I know to be true. The light doesn't enter or exit the wound when you refuse to treat it, when you act like it's not there, when you let it become infested and infected. There is no light that can enter or exit through that. But when you clean the wound, when you address the wound, when you treat the wound, then light emerges from inside and outside. Stop denying that you've been hurt. Stop denying that you are in pain. Stop denying that you have been wounded. Stop. Embrace it. Admit it. And begin to do the work to heal it. And watch life begin to flow. Watch light begin to flow. How do we do that? Pachimama. Healing, whole, holy. Healing, holing, holy. If we are to be whole again as a society, as humans, we must connect back with the earth. We must connect back with the earth. We must connect back with the earth. Find a way to connect with her. This week, next week, and for the rest of your life, get back to her. We all used to know how to listen to her, how to receive her messages, how to harvest her medicine. It is time to relearn our way around the earth, not our way around these concrete jungles. We know how to do that. Get to the forest. Get back into the trees. Speak with the animals again. Pachimama reminds us the medicine that earth has for us. This speaks to the medicine and gaining the medicine in a lot of ways. For some of you, this is going to mean using naturopathic medicines by certified people who know what they're doing, not just random internet quacks. Hello? But looking to the earth for natural medicines. And doing that in partnership with some Western medicines. Some of this means actually going out, putting feet into the earth, getting back into the dirt, getting up under waterfalls and playing in mud. Get back with the earth. Get back with the earth. Spend time outside as much as you can every day. If you have a lunch break and you work in a building, go spend at least 5 minutes with your face turned towards the sun or the rain or wherever you are. Be in those elements. Get into the rivers, the streams. Get into the forests. Get and go sit on the hills and get into the mountains. Go into the ocean. Be one with the desert. There is healing. Mother Earth needs healing. When we reestablish our connection with Mother Earth, then you understand that you can't heal without her, and she could use our help to heal her. She doesn't need our help to heal her. All Mother Earth needs from us is for her to stop hurting her. She is medicine enough for herself. She's pure medicine. We just gotta stop being assholes. Seek Pachamama. Seek her. Fold yourself into her. Pachamama also speaks to the mothering energy. She speaks to the mama energy. Seek that nurturing divine feminine. Seek it. Let's do some affirmations. Let's do some affirmations. This affirmation says, I now step out of my comfort zone to become the person I believe I can be. Repeat after me. I now step out of my comfort zone to become the person I believe I can be. I now step out of my comfort zone to become the person I believe I can be. I now step out of my comfort zone and to become the person I believe I can be. Repeat after me. Black is beautiful. Remember that anybody and everybody should be saying this, can say this, if you're black or not. Repeat after me. Black is beautiful. 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 All right, you guys, we're going to do the Oracle Pogs, and then we're going to call it. First off, we have the Fail Pog. Listen, failure is an intimate part of success, so get into it and get used to it. Losing is an intimate and integral part of winning, so get into it and get used to it. Just because you fail does not mean you need to get knocked completely off the course. Sometimes it means there is a lesson to learn. Learn the lesson and do what you need to do. However, there are times when spirit causes you to fail, and it causes you to fail in order to take you off course. To be able to know the difference, you're going to need to be very in tune with not only yourself, but with your spiritual team. Sometimes you fail because you need to learn the lesson. Sometimes you fail because you simply weren't good enough, and you need to go back to the drawing board and do what you need to do to become good enough. Sometimes you fail because that is not how the course you need to be taken. Do not take failure so fucking personally. Sit with it and see how you need to respond to it. Again, did you fail at this task or at this thing because you were unprepared? Did you fail at this thing because spirit doesn't want you messing with it anymore? Your time on that path is done. Did you fail because you've got a good idea, but you need to tweak it? You need to get better. You need to do better. Failure is an integral part of success. Anybody who has been truly successful at anything knows that they failed a lot at it, or they failed big. If you want to win big, expect to fail big. If you want to be successful, expect to fail big. The key is, are you gonna keep going? You gonna keep going? You gonna keep going? You gonna keep going? That's the question. Last but not least, emerge. It is time. Spirit has been preparing some of you for this moment. It is time. You are about to be called into a rebirth. It is time to come out of the chrysalis. It is time to exit the wound. It is time. It's time for the rebirth. It's time for your new you to emerge. It's time. Remember, my loves, when the caterpillar goes into the cocoon, the chrysalis, there are no entrances or exits. So it doesn't need anything extra in order to become its highest version of itself. It doesn't need to take away anything it used to be in order to become its highest version of itself. All it needs to do is melt down. It becomes a soup of what it used to be, a goop, a primordial goop. And from that primordial goop, it is reformed, and it emerges something greater than what it used to be. I want to remind you that birth and emerging out of an old paradigm, out of a paradigm shift, is strenuous. Birth is strenuous. When a caterpillar comes out of that chrysalis cocoon, it makes a small hole, and it has to wiggle that big body out of that small hole, kind of like a birth, kind of like a human birth. It's got to wiggle that big body out of that small hole, and when it's doing that, its wings are being squeezed, its body is being squeezed, but that process helps to drain the excess fluid from that butterfly's wings so that when it finally emerges, it can unfurl its wings and fly. It's almost time, butterflies. It's almost time to fly. Finish leaning into the rebirth. Finish letting it shift you. Finish letting it change you. And get ready for your new life. Let's do some affirmations. Let's do some affirmations. This affirmation says, I am willing to change. Because sometimes it's you who needs to change. Repeat after me. I am willing to change. 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 This affirmation says, my masculinity is self-defined. My definition of the masculine is divine. If you identify as masculine, I want you to repeat after me. If you do not identify as masculine, just hold a little space. My masculinity is self-defined. My definition of masculinity is divine. My masculinity is self-defined. My definition of masculinity is divine. My masculinity is self-defined. My definition of masculinity is divine. All right, my lovers, my love bugs, my sugar honey dumplings, my lovers, my love bugs, my sugar honey dumplings. That was your reading. Hope you've enjoyed it. Again, this Cash App is LadySpeech. The Venmo is LadySpeech Sankofa. The PayPal is LadySpeechSankofa@gmail.com. Whenever you encounter this reading, you were right on time. Feel free to show your financial appreciation. Put some money in the collection plate. For all of you who put money in the collection plate, thank you. If you put it in today, last week, a year ago, I appreciate you. And for those of you who are going to put it in later on, I appreciate you. Let's check in with these comments one more time. One more again. One more time. One more again. Amanda said, I have failed a lot and failed big, and it has often rerouted me towards bigger things. Got to get up and dust off. That's right. That's right. Athena said, that's beautiful philosophy. Yes, it is philosophy. I love it. I see what you did there. I see what you did there. Pauline said, any tips on dealing with guilt from not being able to implement all these things? I always get inspired after these readings, but I find I'm never able to implement all these, and it makes me feel guilty. I'll tell you this, Pauline. You have to relax and know that healing and your spiritual journey is number one, a journey, and it's a lifestyle. So you ain't gonna take it all on at one time and take it in. Spirituality to truly connect. In order for it to work, it's going to be something you bite off a little bit at a time, and you bite off the pieces and you implement pieces until those things become integral and intimate parts of you, and then you move on. So yeah, just really telling yourself on a regular basis, I'm doing the best that I can, and backing that up by making sure you do the best you can. Okay, but grace and mercy is key, my loves. Grace and mercy is key. And on that note, just in case no one has told you today, you all are absolutely beautiful. You are wonderful, and you are so divine. I'm so proud of you for the fact that you're doing your best. Thank you for surviving all the crazy things that have come to end you. Thank you, you beautiful, sweet souls. May you be rained on from now until forever with abundant and beautiful blessings. I love you all dearly. Thank you for your support. Feel free to share this with whoever you think it needs to be shared with. It will be posted once I end this, and I will see you all in the next video. Peace!